Hi, this is a review of the AVANTEK LC-172 and the AVANTEK LC-173. Both are laptop coolers. Both are pretty much made using the same base. One has two fans in it, which is the 172, and you have the 173 that has three fans in it. Both are priced exactly the same right now at $24.99, and overall, I like this two-fan one better, but you could decide for yourself on that. One thing that I like on this, I mean, this may be on other cooling pads as well, but it's the first time I've seen it on one. AVANTEK got it absolutely right, having these little fold-down clips here on the front. They do a great job of keeping your laptop in place when you're using it. As you can see here, we've got an old 15-inch MacBook. With that on the cooling pad, it's really, there's nowhere for it to go. I'm not really holding the MacBook there. The little feet on the front of this are holding it nicely. It can't slip off the pad, at least not forward. And since you're usually dealing with it on a bit of an angle, it should always be forward. So your laptop should stay nice and secure. There are little rubber feet right in here, so you're not going to damage your laptop, and it also helps get a little bit extra grip. So that is a great idea for the front of this. On the back, we've got some nice rubber feet here, which is great. Keeps everything exactly where it should be when you got this down on a desk or a lap desk. And even if it's on your knees, a little bit of extra grip there does a heck of a lot. On the back, you also have these rubberized feet, which are nice. And if you want a little bit more of an angle, which I usually do, you pop these up. The front of these, the feet, keep this in a pretty good positioning when I'm using it. But I wish one of these laptop manufacturers would at least put a little bit of a rubberized coating on the bottom of these when you flip them down to give you even a little bit more stability. But as it is, this has a very nice amount of stability, and I'm not going to complain about that. I'm always just looking for ways to make these things a little bit better. The back has a couple USB ports. This is a removable cable here, and this is how you get power to it. You plug this into your laptop the other side, or a power bank, or whatever you have. The nice thing is, if you're plugging it into your laptop, you open up another USB port here that you can use, and it passes through. So if you want to plug in a thumb drive or something, you can plug that in there. It'll get power, and it passes it through to the laptop. The controls here, the little on-off switch here is strictly for the LED lighting. There is a on-off switch here which will control the speed of the fans, and then only on the two-fan one, this seems to be a super speed switch. It doesn't have that on the three-fan version of this, which is really the main difference. Besides the number of fans, that is really the only difference I can see in the chassis and the controls on these. This one has that super speed, and the three-fan version doesn't. Let me plug this in here so you can get an idea how this works. We got this plugged into a power bank. As we flip the little switch here, I don't know if you can see the LEDs come on and off. It's a very faint little blue LED light. You might actually be able to see it better from the back here. The lights are off, and you can kind of see those coming on right at the base of the fans themselves. I don't really like using the LED lights. I don't really think it adds a whole lot to them, but they're there if you want to use it. Now you have that dial switch where if I turn that on, you can see the fans start to rotate. And in the low mode, this is nearly silent. You're right up next to the microphone here. Actually, I'm speaking through the fan to the microphone there if there's any weird sound effects. And this you could turn up all the way. It starts moving a lot more air. You can hear it a little bit now. It's making a little more noise. But this button down here, like I said, it seems to put this into a super mode. That speeds the fans up even more. And you can probably hear that a little more through the microphone to hear the volume. These two things work individually, meaning you can turn this totally off, and as long as this super switch is on, that has the two fans going full speed. You turn that off. If this is off, the fans are going to turn off. If this is on, it kind of defaults down to this. So if you have this on low and you need a little extra boost, you can turn this on. That'll give you more speed to the fans when you're done needing that. you can turn it back off, and it's going to revert back to the mode that is set on the dial here. I think the overall, let me plug in the 3-fan version for you, just so you can hear the difference in the amount of noise that it makes. The 3-fan version makes a little bit more noise, which is to be expected, really, because smaller fans make more noise than larger fans, which is why usually larger fans, to me, are better. I'm going to turn this on full blast. And whether or not, depending how well that's picking up, you can hear the amount of noise that they put out. Now, I'm not going to say that the 3-fan version is loud, because it's not. The 2-fan version is definitely quieter. It's close when you hook it into the super mode with the fans on full speed. But for me, if I had to choose between one of these, the 2-fan version I like better. It seems to move just as much air. It's a little bit quieter. I like having that little super mode, you know, especially if you're normally doing stuff that you just having the laptop up in the air just to begin with. Since you can see this is a fine mesh, I don't know what you can see through the camera here, but you can probably see me through the camera. They got nice mesh on both sides, so even without the fans on, you're getting a decent amount of airflow. At least you're getting air underneath your laptop, especially since this top is made with a very fine mesh. So you're getting air right underneath your laptop, especially if you're out and about, worried about battery life, and your laptop's not running that hot. You don't even need to run the fans. It's nice on this one. You could just hit that switch, get a full speed burst, cool your laptop down a little bit, and then turn it right back off. But both of these are really well made. They seem pretty heavy duty, even though they're very lightweight, which is a good thing. You just have to choose whether you like the 2 or the 3-fan version. As I said, I like the 2-fan version because it's a little bit quieter, and it just love that little super high power mode where you can just flip it on and off with one switch. If you have any questions about these that we didn't cover, feel free to put those down in the comments. We do watch those, and if we have an answer for you, we'll give it to you, and if we don't, we'll certainly do our best to find one. If you found this review to be helpful, and I hope that you did, you could do me a big favor where it asks, was this review helpful? Click yes, or if you happen to be watching this on YouTube, give a thumbs up, and subscribe so you get the latest reviews as they're published. Again, this is a review of the AVANTEK LC-172 and LC-173 model. A sample of each was provided for the purposes of this review, but that does not guarantee a good review. I am Darren O'Neill. Thank you for watching.